Military forces need to train. It's crucial for preserving combat readiness, developing capabilities, and to keep one step ahead of the enemy. Most training is carried out on military ranges, huge expanses of land set aside for troops to be able to try out new weapons, technology, and tactics. A problem arises, however, when those ranges become contaminated with toxicants from decaying munitions.
At some point in the future, you're going to have to shut down your range and pay billions to clean up. The U.S. is going through that right now.
This military reservation in Massachusetts covers around 22,000 acres and has been used for training since the early 1900s. Below the ground lies the primary drinking water supply for Cape Cod, an area with 200,000 inhabitants. In the 1980s, the groundwater was found to be contaminated with toxicants from a decaying weapons disposal pit and jet fuel from a nearby Air Force base.
The Massachusetts military reservation has essentially been shut down. It's only small arms training now. They can't do anything higher than a .50 caliber, and they're looking at 40 to 50 more years of efforts to try to clean it up.
To control risks and support range sustainability, it's important to recognise the types of residues that are released from different types of munitions during training. Some are more harmful than others. In order to quantify potential contamination, NATO has gathered some of the best scientists in this field and designed a cooperative demonstration of technology to show NATO and partner nations how best to characterise military training ranges for potentially contaminating munitions constituents to ensure the sustainability of these ranges.
You see that more and more nations struggle with that issue as environmental regulations, environmental rules, they continue to grow in various NATO nations and partner nations, which means all nations are facing the same problem. We have already achieved a lot of results. We have achieved a lot of good procedures, developed good tools, and now there's the right point in time to share that knowledge that we have developed within the NATO Science and Technology Organization framework.
At the Defence Academy of the United Kingdom, more than 30 representatives from 16 NATO nations and partner nations undertook a course in military range characterization to give them the skills needed to assess a range for potential contamination. The process starts with the sampling of soil and water.
What we're looking for would be energetic residues or metals that may be here from a result of training exercises.
The participants are shown ways to sample water and soil in order to test for contaminants.
So what these people are doing, and behind me, they're collecting multi-increment sample in a 50 by 50 grids. We call that a decision unit. We decide what could be contaminated here. You need to take at least 100 subsample in a very specific way.
I'm working in a joint range where you can find the Air Force for air-to-ground firing and as well the Army for ground-to-ground firing. And I command the air-to-ground part. And we are cleaning the range, doing a lot of stuff, but we never measure the soil pollution by the way we described this week. So we will have to work on it, I think.
Multi-increment soil sampling methods have already proven their value at sites in the US and Canada. Other countries are new to the practice.
This particular activity, range remediation, could literally save billions of dollars to any one of our nation's militaries and keep operational ranges in action for a much greater part of the time. I hope that it will allow us to not waste money on cleaning up ranges so that NATO nations can modernize as they need to. The land space we have in the world is the land space we have. Every time we lose a range, we lose the ability to train some of our young forces.
The NATO Connected Forces initiative requires NATO members to effectively function as an integrated force. To meet this goal, ranges must be monitored to assure their continued availability.